Today on the show, we're going to give you our full Xbox news rundown. We're talking Metacritic scores, we're talking the Xbox updates, and we're talking some of the ID at Xbox and what's going on. And, Court, there may be a little controller in there too.
Ooh, I'm a little excited
let's
about
talk
that.
about that today on the show. Everybody, welcome to Xbox. Hey, I'm Matt. That's Court. Court, you ready? You want to talk?
I'm ready to be a critic.
There you go. You want to critique?
A Metacritic.
You're a Metacritic now? Look at you.
No.
Have you ever done that?
Ever.
Never gotten in there.
No, I don't care.
Okay. Microsoft was Metacritic's highest rated publisher in 2021 with the largest average score ever. This is coming from Chris Scullion over at VGC. The publisher beat out Sony, which placed second overall. Metacritic has revealed that Microsoft is the winner of its 12th annual Game Publisher Rankings Countdown. So 10 products of the Microsoft Game Studios were reviewed in 2021. 5 of the games and over various formats. And the average score was 87.4. Of these titles, 100% were rated good, and 3 of them were rated great, scoring 90. Over 90. Forza Horizon 5, Psychonauts 2, and the Series X version of Flight Simulator all kind of took the cake. Court, there's a lot in there, isn't there? There's a lot of Xbox crushing it, and we were saying before, you were saying
the audio was not working,
and the audio was failing on me. You were saying though that imagine if there was no delays. There were no delays.
Yeah, I'm just wondering because the everybody thought Halo was going to be a launch title. Now, the pandemic, I don't really think affected Halo as much as other games that have launched later on.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering what the staggering of games and what games from PlayStation, like what horizon of launch with the PlayStation 5 as is rumored it was going to. Would we already have seen God of War? There's a lot of games that would have dropped that haven't yet for both Microsoft and for PlayStation and for Nintendo. So it's great for Microsoft. This is great news. It means the games are back. But now, as I said to you before when the audio wasn't working, where are the games? Like, I know we have Stalker 2 and Shredders coming to Game Pass, which are not Microsoft Studio games, but I'm very excited about playing them. But we have no, we'll talk about it next week, but, give me a direct and show me some games.
Give me some updates, just like Xbox update, but only for, just system updates that we got to talk about here. March update for Xbox. It's pinned to quick resume controller and audio updates. We always love a good audio update, Cord.
Big time.
Yeah, big time. Team Xbox. This is coming over from Xbox News. Jonathan Hildenbrand, the principal group manager over Xbox Experiences, has talked about this. Team Xbox is excited to continue bringing new ways to make Xbox better with you at the center as we refine the experience and deliver brand new features based on your feedback. This month's update includes the ability to pin up to 2 games in quick resume, options to remap the share button on Xbox wireless controllers. That's no longer a special feature for you elite people. Now, bozos like Matt get to have it.
But it's awesome. That's one of the first things done.
And we get a new audio setup wizard. So let's look into this. The pin to quick resume. So pin or quick resume is powered by technical capabilities of the innovative Xbox Velocity architecture in the Series X and S. So you can switch between multiple games, obviously. We know all of that for quick resume. You can now pin up to 2 games in quick resume on your Series X and S consoles. Your pin games will only drop out of quick resume if you manually remove them or if the game takes a mandatory update. Yay.
Yeah, that's huge.
Why
because
is it huge?
So for me, I play a lot of different games. I play on 2 separate consoles, and if we're doing content I always have one game running. Like right now in my office, Xbox, I have Assassin's Creed 2 running. But say I want to go in and get us some B-roll and get us some content. If I put in a bunch of different games, like download them from Game Pass, play them, and then get the content, it could knock my game out of quick resume.
Yeah.
So what I can do now is take that one game that I'm 100% know I'm going to be playing and might go back. I want to keep that in quick resume at all times. So then I'm able to pin it there so that it's always there, and then it's always in quick resume. And then it makes my life easier. It's just like with the share button. Like, it's almost like these features in the last little bit are for content creators. We got Twitch integration before.
It's true, right?
And now we're getting the remapping of the share button, which, as you know, as someone who is elite with the elite controller, yeah, I know. I talk about how amazing it is that I can remap the share buttons, and I use them all the time. So once again, for creating content or doing photo mode and so on and so forth, this does make life easier.
This is a pain point for me with Xbox, is just not having the ability to change that and just tapping, double tap it. I hate all of it. It doesn't make it intuitive and it makes it really annoying. So the share button, the Xbox Wireless Controller share button remapping, it says the share button on the Xbox Wireless Controller lets you take a screenshot by tapping or record a video by clicking by holding down it for a couple of seconds. If you like to customize, you can now remap the Wireless Controller share button and assign a wide range of custom actions for it. It's the updated Xbox Accessories app unlocks new button remapping actions for Xbox accessories, including the share button, remapping for other actions like mute your TV, open your friends list, open achievements, and many others. So it's cool that it's not just that I want to be able to change dealing with
100%.
the share button itself, but to be able to just pop achievements that way, go look at that. Or if you're always in your friends list, or you always got the kids around and you're like, I got to mute this thing.
Something that you need to be able to do yourself. Yes. I'm hoping one day I can just remap all the buttons on any game whenever I want.
I think we'll get there. We're getting
So
closer.
Dying Light doesn't use the bumper for jumping.
Really bothers you.
It drives me nuts. I hate it.
They talk about also in the updates here that Xbox device firmware updates are here. So this release includes fix and updates that deliver performance improvements to the Xbox One controllers with Bluetooth support, the Elite controllers Series 2, and the adaptive controllers. The last thing in here for the news update piece from Xbox News, the new audio setup wizard. And just by the screenshots that they have here on the site, I like it. So you can now use new guided audio setup wizards for your HDMI devices. It's available in settings. You can go through there to audio setup. The audio setup wizard lets you test and verify your HDMI audio format. It tests all your speakers connected to your Xbox Series X and S, your Xbox One consoles, and configure the best possible settings for your unique setup. I like that. So you do your 5.1, your 7.1, your Dolby, your Atmos for home theater.
I don't have to guess. Like, usually you have to go test or whatever. And then sometimes I'm like, is my Atmos working? Is my Atmos working? Because, your soundbar might not say it. And you're like, whoa, is it working? And now my Xbox will tell me.
I have the same thing with just even, so this is saying like 7.1 Dolby, the Atmos home theater. So even for like my headset, I got the Astros. I use the Dolby app, but I'm the same as you. I'm like, am I getting it? Am I really getting it right now? I feel it. I feel the helicopter behind me. You feel it when the cars are going, vroom, vroom, court. I can hear it, but this way at least I can confirm. And if you have a nice sound system, and I know you have a lovely sound bar with your lovely television, this will help guys like you where you're like, okay, am I really getting my Dolby here?
100%.
I love it. Now, they did mention up here about the device firmware updates, talking about the controllers. We want to do, though, Court, we might have a little update. It's a rumor. There's a rumor.
Well,
about a
it's
controller.
a rumor
Talk to me,
followed
Daddy.
by photos that we're going to be having on the screen while I'm talking. But there is a rumor currently, because they've been seen in the wild, that we are getting an Elite Series 2 controller, but in white. It's awesome because for those people that like to color coordinate, and we know it's a real thing, as I'm getting black faceplates for my PlayStation, so that the PlayStation and the Xbox side by side are just.
We gotta talk.
They coincide. I need that. So it's a nice feature. Do I want an Elite Series 3? Yes. But I truly believe that the next Elite controller will have adaptive triggers, a la like the PlayStation DualSense.
Yep.
So we're not getting an Elite Series 3 as soon as we thought we would have. Phil Spencer's mentioned it many times about controllers. So yes, we're probably, I'd say this rumor is real. These photos are real. We're getting a white Elite Series 2 controller.
I will, if that is all true and the number 2 in white will come out, I'm still going to hold off because I want to see if Big Phil comes out with a 3 and he goes, here's the black and the white and it has the adaptive triggers. If it has that, because the triggers are the biggest thing. That's the only thing.
Yeah,
that's
but
missing.
you can't just make that so quickly. So I truly feel
it's
that
probably years, but it's probably been years in development. It's R&D,
but
man.
The one thing I will say, I've had no issues with my Elite Series 2 Halo Edition. I had an Elite Series 2, the black controller. Yeah. I had many issues and just literally took it back and said, I'm done with these. I love my Elite controller. It's the only one I use, unfortunately, unless I'm upstairs and I've got my 20th anniversary Xbox controller here. But otherwise, it's the only controller I use. So we'll see. It's a rumor. Tell us what you think about it, but there's more.
There is more. The last thing we have for the news roundup, but thank you so much for watching, everybody, and hit that subscribe button and that little like button too. It helps the show out a lot. Catch the ID at Xbox Showcase, Twitch Gaming, March 16th. See, they did the Twitch update, Court, and then they go ahead and they do an ID at Xbox Showcase on the Twitch. Then it's on the Twitch app, on the Xbox. It's a whole thing they like to do. This is coming from Jessica Ronell, ID at Xbox Events Manager. It's almost been a year since our very first ID at Xbox and Twitch Gaming Showcase, and we've had the pleasure of working with Twitch Gaming and putting together some incredible showcases since then. And guess what? We're nowhere near done. I'm Batman. Wednesday, March 16th at 10 a.m. PDT, they are going to have a little bit of an ID at Xbox, and we'll be featuring updates, new trailers, and gameplay from Finji and Whitethorn, as well as the first game at IM 8-Bit's brand new publishing label. In addition to all of this, fans will also get a chance to see the latest and hear from the teams working on Shredders, Roblox, and some of the games that you need to tune in for to see. So we got March 16th.
And we're also going to see the game Trek to Yama again that was shown in the PlayStation Showcase that is day and date on Game Pass. I thought it looked beautiful. It was kind of funny. I watched it and I was like, oh, this game looks amazing. Mm-hmm. And then as soon as the trailer dropped, you see it on Twitter and it says day and date on Game Pass. And I'm just like, huh.
Awesome.
It's shown in the PlayStation Showcase and it's day and date on Game Pass. The game looks beautiful. I want to hear more about Shredders. So I'm actually a little bit excited to watch this.
Yeah, me too. Maybe we'll go live. Do a watch along.
You're usually long, so I don't know about that one.
We'll see, but then we'll recap it anyways.
Let
us know in the comments below, what do you guys think about the Metacritic scores, the updates we got to Xbox, possibility of a new controller coming out, maybe a 3 down the road, and the ID at Xbox event. Let us know, and we'll see you guys on the next episode.